Okay. Alrighty. So we'll learn Likutei Moharan Torah Gimel. So after we explained that tzedakah is a generous spirit, with it you cool off greed. Also, Mashiach will come. There will be such a spirit of compassion in the world that it will totally obliterate greed, which in turn will abolish anger from the world, and will bring total chesed. Once there's total chesed in the world, there's das, there's wisdom, and with it there's a birth of new Torah, new levels of Torah. And we says, because Torah comes, this Torah comes from Yichud of Kudsha B'Chosh, and when the Chacham is able to elevate the neshamas of the people who hear him, whether this is giving the Shekhinah my nukvin, the yearn for the Kodesh Baruch Hu, and this unites the Shekhinah and the Kodesh Baruch Hu. The Kodesh Baruch Hu bestows upon the Shekhinah the new Torah. This is how the new Torah is born. Now, that's what we said before, that the Chacham elevates the nefashos. What does it mean? It actually means that he elevates the particular wills and wishes and wants of the people. Ki nefesh ze b'chinas ratzon. The nefesh is the will. It is said in Bereshis, when Eliezer went to get Rivka, and he said to her brother and her father, if you want to give her for a wife for Yitzchak, he said, Im yeshas nafshechem, if you find it in your nefesh, like in English they say, if you find it in your heart, in other words, if you want to do it, if you find it in your nefesh, the nefesh is the will, is the volition, the tzorich. Every single person who comes to the sage, the tzaddik of the generation, each one has some specific will, a ratzon tov to get to a Kodesh Baruch. And the tzaddik takes, tzaddik takes all these ritzonos and he goes up with them. And what he brings about the yichud of the Kodesh Baruch Hu and the Shekhinah. And then, then he brings about Torah to the world. This is what it is said in Yecheskel, V'achayos ratzoi v'shov. Is the holy living beings which are in the supernal chariot, they run up to Kodesh Baruch Hu, and then they retreat from the pachad of the Shekhinah immediately. It's like they like that. And this particular pasuk hides this mystery in it, that the tzaddik elevates the ritzonos, the wills, the wants, the wishes, and then he brings down Torah. Ratzoi, going up, running forth, the aliyas and the nefashos, at the ascent, at the elevation of the nefashos, of the souls. Vashoiv, and retreating back, bechazoras nefashos v'galus haTorah. In when the neshamas come back equipped with the revelation of the Torah. So what you find is that the tzaddik takes the ritzonos of the people that come to him, and with this, he renews their nefesh. He renews your soul. And with this, he brings about a revelation of Torah that he tells before them. So you can see that when you come to the Chacham and the Chacham speaks, every single person who is there has a chelik in the Torah. Because his nefesh went up. The tzaddik elevated his nefesh. And it came down with Torah. Each nefesh brought a specific, is aloesman, all the nefesh is aloesman. It brought about from the Kodesh Baruch Hu a specific shef, a specific part of the Torah is dafka due to your nefesh. You heard it. So each one has a part in the Torah according to his ratzon, according to his wishes. And the same thing, according to your wishes, this is how your nefesh gets renewed, refurbished. Lateva. And that's why everybody has to, the Rebbe keeps on harping on the point that you have to renew yourself with new retzanos, new wishes, new urges, you have to want all over again. So Kisufim Toim and strong Kisufim Tokadosh Baruch Hu, so that your nefesh will be renewed, and the main time to strengthen yourself is when the Chacham prepares himself to say Torah. Then every single person needs to check his behavior, to check himself, to see himself, and ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu to give him good wishes, good wills, good volitions, to daven for it, so that the Chacham can hold his hand and kaviyachol, and as it were, and elevate him from where he is at, to renew him, refurbish him, kafi haratzon that you will have there. This is Tikkun Zohar says on the pasuk v'chayois ratzoi v'shalom. And the living being fleet forward and retreat. Ratzoi, going forward, da nurikel. This is the malach kol nuri with aleph lam. Vashov da matat sar panim. That's the minister of interior. Okay, what does it mean? Nurikel, that malach is every malach has two parts to his name, the body and the soul of the malach. The soul of the malach is the energy, the nefesh elokis that enters the malach, that makes it work. And the other part of the malach's name is a principle, because the malach is not a physical thing. It's a spiritual metzius. So we explained it once before. If let's say that you say Sa'ara, which is storm. Now, Ein Hey, Sa'ara is Samech, Ein, Reish, Hey. Okay? It's divided into two. Let's have Samech and Hey in the beginning and at the end, and Reish and Ayin in the beginning, in the middle, because it's Samech, Ayin, Reish, Hey. So you have Samech Hey in the beginning and the end, the bookends, and Reish Ayin in the beginning, in the middle. Reish Ayin is Ra, means bad. Okay. Samech Hey is the exact gematria of the Shem Aleph Dal Nun Yud. The Sa'ara is a malach in itself. The phenomena of a storm wind is a malach. But it's the body of the Malach, which is Resh Ayin, which is Ra. It's the principle, the physical principle that brings about storm wind. But you don't have storm winds all the time. When do you have storm winds? When the Samechei, the name of Hashem, is connected with the principle of storm, bam, there's a storm in the world. When the body of the Malach is separated from the name Hashem, the principle that the Malach stands for is not in action. When you put them together, it's like you're plugging in whatever it is the principle is. You're plugging it into the juice, you're plugging it into the wall, bam. And if it's an air conditioner, it cools. And if it's a heater, it heats. So according to what the Malach is, the principle that the Malach represents. So he says like this. Nur means fire. Nur daluk means a burning fire. And what bechamimes taivas moment, with the heat of greed. Because the heat of the heart. Because the heart represents the will. I want. That's what the heart is. I want. That's what the heart is about. The brain is contemplation. It's good, it's bad. The heart says, what good, what bad? I want it, and I want it now. That's the heart. At the roots, at the very, very high level, the heat of the heart is an incredibly holy thing. It's an incredibly holy thing. Because it comes from the sacred gevuros, which exist in the sphere Sabina, which is the lev, which is the heart. Because the rotzain, the will, the volition, the urge, the lust even of the nefesh for money, at the root, it's only for kedusha. To the rotzain of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. To do masanat and b'emunah, to do business faithfully, and to elevate all the holy sparks. This is the avodah of Ratzon. But the Sitra Acha, the minute there is Gvura, the minute there is constrictions, Sitra Acha has an interface. It connects to it. There's a USB port that it connects to. It's unique from the Gvuras. Mimele, once it is there, it can stumble a person into Tavis Mammon Mamish. Then, the P'chinas of Nurikel, a Malach, Holy Malach, it becomes a burning fire for Tavis Mammon. You should understand B'chlal, because you'll meet it, you'll meet this principle in a few other places as well. Any Bechina that comes from the Kedusha, the minute Sitra Acha touches it, it corrupts it. For instance, the midah of Rachmanis. The midah of Rachmanis is wonderful. The greatest midah there is. You have Rachmanis on people. The minute that the Sitra Acha touches it, it becomes a false Rachmanis. Suddenly, who do you have Rachmanis for? On murderers, on thieves. You have Rachmanis on them. Whatever you have Rachmanis on them. You have Rachmanis on thieves and murderers. Because I'm against capital punishment. What about the people they killed? Well, they shouldn't have done it. All right. It's like, Itaka wasn't very nice.
Don't put him to death. Don't put him to death.
Yeah, what's good to do? What are you going to be your son? What's good to do with you to be your sons? So it just means you're just muddling up the issue. What's good to do with it? Or they say, they said that a false Rachmanis is to allow abortions. It's a false Rachmanis. What happened if it's incest? What happens if it's rape? No. What's it got to do with it? Let's say that you find a person, and that person is the result of incest or of rape. What do you say? Should we kill him? Can you kill him? It's from incest or from rape. Of course not. Why not? Because he's alive. So if he's alive over here too. What's it going to get? The minute the Sitra Achra touches the Rachmanis, it poisons it, it taints it, it distorts the whole thing. The same thing in all the midas. Midas Gvura, B'Shoirish, it's a highly committed. That heat, that fire, even for money, B'Shoirish is a highly good thing because you want to do the Ratzon HaKadosh Baruch Hu with it. Look what Rav Avsheter is doing with Dirshu. He uses money, to make it stir. Well, he doesn't have any Negias, so what? But look what he does. No, you don't have Negias, I don't have Negias. Suddenly we have to go to someone, yeah, but it's the pussy. God. That's a chelkoi. There aren't enough people who buy yachts. You don't ask. You don't question. The motives of the lifestyle of the rich and famous. No, the question is somebody was doing the same. Was doing Torah. Yeah, but is he absolutely clean from any residue of? Are you nuts? In this world, Moshe Rabbeinu had a shiras to kedusha. Ravashi had a shiras to kedusha. Rabbeinu explains that in all those that the entire Torah went through them had to be what you would call filthy rich, like multi-billionaires. Moshe Rabbeinu was a multi-billionaire. Ravashi, that Chasam the Talmud, was a multi-billionaire. Rabbeinu HaKodesh, that wrote the Mishnah, was the wealthiest man in generation.
Shammai?
No.
Yeah.
Rebbe, he wrote all the Torah. Even Rabbeinu, at the end of the day, he owned all the market in Breslov. All the stores were his. Yeah, V'vadai. Anybody can tell, but what did they use the money for? The money they used for, we'll learn, Weiter, Likutei Moharan, is for Tfuras HaTorah L'Onko. It's only to get to deeper levels of learning Torah. They say that I think the Shach, that they said that whenever he wrote his Chidushim on Shulchan Aruch, he put a bag with gold coins on his table. It gives, said Moichem the Rachves, who was able to write Chidushim. The Shach had Tavis Mogen, nuts. So the B'Shoirish, Nurikel is a Malach Kodesh, but the minute the USB of the Sitra Achra, plugs into the Kedusha, it drops a person down to Tavis Mogen. Okay, so now what is the Tikkun? And the Tikkun for this is Vashov. Vashov says, the Tikkun is Da Matat Saraponim. Matat is another angel who is Saraponim. That's the interior minister. That's the Malach that is in charge of nature, of Teva in this world. Diu Roshim, that says that is labeled B'Shem Moshe, in the name Moshe, the Iu Mashiach. That is Mashiach. In other words, he corresponds, Malach Matat corresponds to the Bechin of Moshe Mashiach. Which means that Shehu Ruach HaPeinu, Moshe Mashiach is the spirit of our noses, of our faces, of our lives. Ruach HaPeinu Mashiach Hashem. Shal Yadoi Mishtakech. And this brings Achamimis. This brings down and cools off the heat of the Tavis Mogen. Means through the spirit of Rachamim, of mercy, of Moshe Mashiach, that is connected with the heat of the heart, it is the antivirus that takes away the achiz of Sitra Achra, of all the Trojan horses and all the viruses in the heat of the heart, which is that's the computer that we're talking about, the heat of the heart. And then the heat of the heart remains clean, just to make business faithfully, with emunah, and for the purpose of elevating the nitzotzos kedusha, the holy sparks, wherever it is they be found. Paparos L'Chochma added, when the heat of the heart goes up to its roots, and it gets reformatted b'v'chinas nu ikevkas ratzoy, this by itself is also bringing to life the tikkun of the aliyas of the nefoshes and bringing down Torah, which is also ratzov v'shov. Because the holy sparks that are elevated and are being sifted through doing business faithfully, this is mamash the aliyas nefoshes akdoshos. Same thing he said, the tzaddik elevates the nefoshes, and wow, it's like, wow, he's so special, he can do this, wow, where am I? You do the same thing. Whenever you do business faithfully, you do the same thing, because what happens when you do business faithfully? You elevate the fallen sparks. This is mamish aliyas nefoshes, prinas ratzoy. After there's shoiv, and it brings down Torah and everything. And this is the rotzen, to the money is also b'kedusha. And this also becomes a highly yichud. Everything happens when you do, and I'm sure the Torah comes down. Everything does when, I had a repairman came to do. And we had a problem with the machine. The problem with the washing machine. Okay. So he came. And there was water all over, whatever it is. He came anywhere. He took the whole thing apart. It's like, until he found it, just a gasket came off the place. All right. So I asked him, how much money do you this? Just a regular visit. He says, because I had to put the machine apart because I didn't find what it was. But I didn't really have to do anything. Just put it back apart. So it's a regular visit. Okay. A couple of weeks later, whatever it is, again there's a flaw in the machine. So we call the guy again. He comes back. He looks at it. He comes at this. Okay, how much is this? He says nothing. Why? He says because I forgot to put back. When I put it back, I forgot to put the part on, and that's the thing that made it. No money. I'm sorry. Cleaned it up. Whatever it is, my fault. From the whole thing, maybe what do we make? 150 shekels, 170 shekels, the whole thing. He worked maybe 5-6 hours more on the whole thing. What was he doing? He was doing masa matan be'emunah. He was doing business faithfully. With this, that 150, 170 shekels, you wanted the money, but it's a money that is earned, and the ritzonos for the money, it prepared the malach, Nurikel, and was elevated the sparks producing this money. Another person can charge an arm and a leg, and it's empty money. It's Shemirachim, it's Tavis Moment and everything else. Tavis is even a simple workman, simple fachman. Yeah, the fach, he's an electrician, he's a repairman, he's a cook, he's whatever it is. Yeah, as long as you do masa matan be'emunah, you're doing the tikkun of the Torah. You elevate the nitzotzos, which is aliyas nefoshes. Yeah. You create mirikel, gvuras hakdoshos. You do all the tikkunim you do. And this is what it is said, and then that once the heat of the heart is just for fair business, for faithful business, it elevates the holy sparks. Then the bechina of chesed gets revealed. It brings about the bestowment, the shefa, the influx of wisdom. Then the tzaddik that is zeichet to wisdom elevates the ritzonos, elevates all the will, b'chinas ritzoy, and he brings down Torah B'chinas Shoiv. So you see that Ratzov V'Shov also talks about Taivas Moment that gets cooled by Ruach Rachamim. And also talks about the elevation, the ascension of the wills, of the wants, of the wishes, and the bringing down the Torah that results from that. And this is what the Zohar says, V'zeh shekacha v'chamas amelech shekacha, and the wrath of the king has cooled off, as in Esther. Shekacha means it cooled off. Shekacha Gematria Moshe, that he cools off the idols of silver and gold, because the tzaddik was Prinas Moshe Mashiach. What he does, what he accomplishes, is to eradicate from himself totally the taiva of money, and he bestows on the world a spirit of rachamim that will also eradicate the taiva's moment, the way it's going to be lost in Lowy. And then that cuts off, eradicates the anger in the world, the charana from the world. Chesed brings down, das follows, Torah follows. We'll say it a few more times again and again until finally it'll click. Ratzoi, this is Rotzoi.
It's the highest level.
Da Rotzoi, which is a Shur Nefesh, that the tzaddik elevates the Ritzonis. Vashoiv comes back. This is Da Moshe, this is Moshe, brings down the Torah. It's Hashem, we continue tomorrow.